Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready. 18's head. No, no. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
57's the mic.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray, and he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Nice pass that time by the #1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M. Then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he works free. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Murray trying again after the pick 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Third down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now here's Ross. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before, that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Let's get some penetration.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tariq Cohen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
At the Niners' 22-yard line.
Kill. Topper. Turn it up.
From the 22, Murray. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Tight dog.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
66, bullet, pop. Go.
To throw is Murray. The quick slant.
Let's get off the field.
And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. 22, Jet, Bubba. 22, Jet, Bubba. Shit. Switch it.
Here's Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
We play to win. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
I smell fear in that offense.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's bring it.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's bring it. Hey, check Mike 34.
Yep.
Mike 34. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 34.
They'll set up a throw.
No chance.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Hey, it's our house. Check 3, check 3.
Look at me, zipper.
He'll look to throw.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
General West.
3 down. Check, 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 check. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist.
Greystone travel. Let's go.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. He goes airborne. Finding room at the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I just came out of my chair. Big-time run right there, and all of a sudden I realized...
Didn't reach the chains, did he?
How do you go that far? Create that type of an explosive play that'll be a check and a plus on every grade sheet and still not get a first down.
Yeah, they had put themselves in a bad spot, but a big gain, that helps.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Check 43. 80 weapon. Short.
Murray now on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check. Lucky. Rotate. Spell.
Throwing now is Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. 20! And that one results in 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction. Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down, Murray sets to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Barrett. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor? I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back. Because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
24 is the mic. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey!
34 is the mic. 34 is the mic. Ready?
Hey, check Mike 34.
Mike,
2nd and 10.
Bandit.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Ready! 50, plant.
Check him.
You go night-night. Tell him go night-night.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, orbit. Go.
Think it's the mic. I'm coming after you.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that's going to be intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Here we go, here we go.
Yes, yes.
Motion.
Hey, Charlie.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Get it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught by Cohen. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the safety creep.
61, matchbox lights.
Twist. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Shoot.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to John Ross. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Niners 23, Cardinals 3.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
218, chopper.
56, check.
Now.
2nd and 9 now.
Put that team on the front.
It's caught by OBJ. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Down. 10-2 saw. Recon, 132 fighter.
Just like that. Just like that.
Hey, exit.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Watch the pass.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Emmanuel Agba, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
I'm coming.
Blue draw Corkers. Hey, Foxtrot.
Here I come.
Hey, let's go. Let's snap.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Emmanuel Agba, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 34. Scoop. All right.
Hey.
Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Kill.
Back to throw here.
Alert flare.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Keep doing that.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Here they come. 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Big edge.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Nice pick.
Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
56. Mike 56.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, deep.
Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
I got you.
Hey, seam 6.
Get this.
Yep.
34 is the mic.
Here we go.
They'll drop the throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1 in the 2018 season.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
Come on now.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 9. Check 9. Share.
First down, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Shift.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Mike 20. It's our time, guys.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He finds his man Johnson. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be third down. Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014, and remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. Throwing is Murray on third down. Caught here by Bell. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Murray now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's first and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. On second and 15 now, Murray. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The Cardinals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Mike 20. Blue Dan.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Dash, go. Buzz. Shoot up.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO, but he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Mike 56. Mike 56.
I want that.
Hey!
That ball, defense.
Buzz! Shoot!
Now back to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
60 outlaw.
56. Check Mike.
Hey, Echo.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Go. Now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Mullins now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
4 down. Alert. 24 is the Mike.
Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
34's the Mike. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 34.
Now.
34. Scoop, scoop, scoop. All day. All day.
Deep river. Deep river.
They'll look to throw here. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
he'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there
Set.
was a snap,
10-2
a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the posts.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, hey, hey. High 7.
34 is the mic. 34 is the mic. Watch the run.
Go.
Motion, motion.
Hey, orbit. Fire.
They'll set up to throw. Complete. Smith has it. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
70, Indy.
Yeah. You don't want none. Joker.
Hey, Charlie.
Joker.
Say go.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Mike's 56. Mike's 50.
Hey, 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 hey.
You must be dreaming.
Mike's
Get it.
50.
Second and 10.
That's what I do.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now goal for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Cardinals 9. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Murray now. And the pressure gets to him again.
Yeah, that's right. Get off the train tracks, baby.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the difference continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.